So today I'm going to be giving you some goddess energy tips that is going to turn your magnetism on and help you to align your energy to attract the things that you want with ease, period. So the very first thing that I want you to know is that every woman is a master manifester. Any kind, every kind, all kinds. If you have a womb, you are naturally a master manifester. It does not matter what type of woman you are. It doesn't matter what your sexual preference is. It doesn't matter if you are more identifying with like masculine energy. It does not matter. Every single woman is a master manifester, and you have to learn how to align your energy in a way that is going to turn that magnetism on. So, if you are blocked, we need to figure out why, because you have a power that is innately within you that you have to know how to work. So let's get into it. So within your womb space is a golden source of energy called your life force energy. This energy is where your passions, your creative energy gets fueled. This is where that light gets turned on, where you're excited, where you are. This is literally your magnetism. Okay, so your womb is the portal to the infinite source bank of literally attracting all things and bringing your visions and your desires and your manifestations into the physical world. So the power is within you. It's not outside of you. It's not even in, how you are showing up externally. It's really about where your energy is going and how it's given back to you. How is the energy that you are using as your currency, because your energy is your currency. How you are spending your energetic currency, it has to be returning back to you, because as feminine beings, we are here to receive, and we naturally give, but also being in that receptive mode, in that relaxation mode, in the mode where we are attracting and receiving things, is where our true essence is. And so I'm going to give you like a visual. So when I think about life force energy, I think of it as this glowing golden, and I have my book right here, by the way, so I'm just reading my notes. But when I think of a life force energy that is turned on, that is vibrant, that is fueled, I think of a golden glowing ball of energy dripping golden honey. And this honey is your magnetism. So just think this golden glowing ball literally resting in your womb space. And then when your life force energy or your magnetism is turned off, what I imagine is a dried up, shriveled, like gray ball that's like very fragile, and there's not really a lot of energy flowing through it. Like if you hold it in your hand and you squeeze it, it'll literally crumble. It'll literally crumble into pieces. That is what a life force energy that is turned off visually looks like for me, and just to like kind of paint a picture. So your magnetism is what is going to be attracting all of that juicy energy towards you. And we're going to get into things that you can do to amplify this energy, things, and becoming more aware of the things that are draining it and just not very good for us to be exchanging energy with. So first thing I want to help you understand is that what is going to bring you the most abundance and make you the most attraction is literally your self-devotion and your self-love. Being completely on the more extreme end, being completely self-obsessed and in love with yourself. But I love to use devoted instead of obsessed, because devotion has a lot more to do with your sensuality and being devoted, like literally being devoted instead of being just obsessed, because it's not about being conceited or being like too much of yourself, like being too into yourself. It's not about that. It's literally being about devotion to the self. This is what is going to bring you the most abundance and the most attraction as a woman, because when you pour into the divine feminine is what brings all of the abundance out. The feminine energy of everything is literally the gift to the world. It's what helps us receive. It's what helps us nourish ourselves, nourish other people. And it's what innately creates the energy that bestows gifts, okay? And you have that within you already. So there's a reason why the feminine energy and the essence of society has been suppressed for so long, but the girls and the goddesses are rising. This is why you see so many like women stepping into their power, recognizing their power, owning their power. Even if you're watching this video right now, you are in this collective of women who are rising. Literally, the feminine is rising. The feminine is rising. It's being seen in movies, it's being seen in politics, it's being seen in business, it's being seen in income, how much money we are making. And from simply just being ourselves, from simply just being in love with ourselves, you can literally get paid to exist when you tap into yourself, literally. Okay, so yes, you see a lot more women taking up space, and that can be you as well. And I know that this is the reason why you are even gravitated towards this video, because you know innately that you have more space to take up, that you are meant for more, that you see yourself in a much higher and like illuminated state that you might not be operating in right now, just because you are still learning to master yourself and master your feminine energy. So I'm going to get into why it's been suppressed for so long. So why feminine energy has been suppressed for so long. So whoever pours into and works with divine feminine energy automatically receives abundance, automatically receives grace, automatically receives the multiplication and the creation that we emit onto the world. As feminine beings, we are naturally master manifestors, we are natural creators, we are naturally innovative females. And I keep saying this because there's a very different system that we live by besides men. Men live by a completely different internal clock, and so do we. I cannot speak for the men, but also if there are any men watching this video, you can also take gems from this, because you have both masculine and feminine energies living within you, and you just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So whoever pours into the divine feminine naturally receives and attracts abundance. And yeah, because we are the natural creators, we are natural multipliers. So even if it's just like, you know, somebody gives you a compliment and you give them back a smile, that energetic exchange is so rich, it's so potent, because of your connection to the divine source. Okay, and you have to understand this power that you hold within yourself as a woman, because a lot of times we forget. It's easy to forget our power. It's easy to be lured into not prioritizing your feminine energy and how you feel, and this is why I'm making this video. So I want to get into life force energy, what turns it on, what amplifies it, and also the drainers, what turns off your life force energy and what drains it. So first thing is creative expression. Well, I'm gonna just go down the list. So these are the turn-ons and what amplifies your magnetic feminine life force energy. So we have creative expressions, nature and sensuality, connection to God, rest and self-care, inner work and personal development, beauty and cleanliness, doing what feels good, being around supportive people. And us being natural creators, if you are in a place of your life right now where you feel like you are creatively blocked, or you are not, you don't have any like creative outlets for yourself, that can be something that you can add to turn on your life force energy and to give you more inspiration and innovation within your life to start attracting things that you love. Creative expression is literally just about creatively expressing your love that you have for yourself within something creative. And for me, that is dance. That's dance alchemy. I use dance as a spiritual tool and a confidence booster. Honestly, dance has been my confidence booster ever since I started it. Like, that was literally the reason why I even wanted to start it. But maybe for you it could be cooking, maybe for you it could be coming up with recipes or making jewelry or whatever it is. Making sure that you have a creative outlet, that you are using your energetic currency, because when you spend your energetic currency on things that you love and things that fuel your creativity, the thing that we naturally have and the thing that we are naturally existing within. Because you might be going through a chaotic moment in your life right now, but you are naturally creative, so you are naturally finding ways to deal with that. You are naturally finding creative ways to cope with that in the best ways that you know possible. But there are better ways, better things that you can do when you start to take inventory of how your energy is being spent. So nature and sensuality, this is really your sensuality and being within nature, not only just physical nature, but just the nature of yourself, is what is going to keep you grounded. And sometimes you literally do have to go put your feet in the grass. Like, that helps me a lot whenever I go on a hike, whenever I go to the park or whatever. It really just grounds me and centers me, and it connects me to my senses as well, which is a big part of feminine energy. When you are connected to how you feel and you follow those intuitive nudges and you follow your sensuality, you can do no wrong for yourself. This is you completely operating in self-devotion and self-love. Okay, so yes, connection to God. This is the very most important thing that you can do in a spiritual journey, period, because without God, there is no spirit. Okay, your connection to the Most High has to be your top priority. You and your connection to the Most High has to be your top priority if you want to have any sort of longevity in wherever it is that you want to go. It has to be number one. And I could honestly talk about this all day, but I'm going to continue to go because there's more that we need to get into. But yes, rest and self-care, inner work and personal development. So me personally, I love inner work. I love personal development. Literally I'm literally obsessed. Okay, I'll see you later. I'm literally obsessed with inner work and personal development, and I literally take this as a form of self-care. It is so important that you are personally developing and that you are connecting with yourself and doing energetic check-ins with yourself, and just making sure that your energy is outsourcing in places that are giving back to you. And the only way that you are going, the one way, I want to talk about success right now. How you attract success is by personally developing, is by becoming the best version of yourself. It's by literally increasing your identity and the value that you have. And you do that through the inner work that you do, through the personal development that you do, through the mindset shifts that you have and the energetic shifts that you have. And it's not just about, you know, how smart you are or whatever the case may be. It's about what kind of person are you, and how are you serving others with this way of developing yourself. Everybody wants to get paid to exist, and honestly, the more women who have money, I feel like the world will be better, honestly. And let me just talk about getting paid to exist for 1 second. The only way that you can get paid to exist is by fully existing as yourself, not by trying to put on a costume, not by trying to fit into a box, not by trying to mold yourself into this woman because of her accolades and the amount of money that she makes. It's about who you are as a person and you showing up as that person. But you can only be the best version of yourself if you are consistently pouring into yourself, if you are in the vibration of being devoted to yourself and in the action of being devoted to yourself and loving yourself. And that means literally having an inner communication with yourself that you can trust, because sometimes we don't trust ourselves, which is why we are not manifesting things. We don't trust ourselves to do what we said we were going to do, because we have created a track record of not doing what we said we were going to do. And sometimes it could be because of fear, it could be because of limiting beliefs, but this is also why inner work and personally developing is a huge part of your feminine journey and just attracting and being magnetic. Okay. Yes, I would actually put that like 1, 2, 3. God, yourself, that all ties into personal development, because like you cannot truly love yourself if you are not growing. You cannot truly love yourself if you are not pouring things in and exchanging your energy with things that are also given back to you and that are helping you elevate, you know? Beauty and cleanliness. By the way, I'm a Virgo, so this is like a big one for me. Making sure that you have a beautiful aesthetic around you. Period. As a woman, you have to be around beauty and cleanliness for you to have a flow that feels good. And your feelings are what creates things. If you are in environments and if you are constantly around chaos, if you are never like, you know, making yourself look beautiful, if you are never making your space look beautiful, then it's going to be hard for you to manifest beautiful things. It's going to be hard for you to get into that flow of like beauty and just things that flow correctly. Cleanliness is close to godliness. I'm pretty sure you've heard that a million times, maybe not, I don't know. But cleanliness is close to godliness. Making sure that your space is clean, making sure that it's clear is going to do so much justice for your mental and your energetic and emotional bodies and emotional space and energetic and mental space, that is going to create the room that you need to create the things that you want to have, to create space for the things that you want to have. Because when it comes to manifesting, you cannot have all of this. Like, it's like if you are trying to do a room makeover, right? And you want to get a new bed, you want to get new furniture, all of this stuff. You have to clean out the space before you start bringing in new things, or else it's just going to be a hot ass mess. Okay. And this is the same thing when it comes to your life and your energy as well, and understanding where you are placing your energy. Where you are placing your energy is what is going to either be fueling your life force or it's going to be draining it. So, and like all of these little details matter. How you take care of your room. If your room is a mess, I guarantee your life is a mess. And I said this in one of my old videos, but it's very true. If your space is constantly a mess, I'm pretty sure you got a lot of shit going on up there. And you cannot manifest and be in a flow state to actually attract clearly the things that you want if there's just too much stuff going on. It has to have a clear funnel for things to go through, okay? So yeah, doing what feels good, being around supportive people. Doing what feels good connects you to your sensuality. It connects you to what makes you a woman. It connects you to your sentient being, your emotional body, and also your your sensuality, your how you smell, feel, taste, all of that stuff. Doing what feels good is what is going to, remember when I was saying that, like, your life force energy is like a golden ball of glowing energy and it's dripping honey, and that honey is the magnetism. Doing what feels good is going to be what, like, pumps that ball with more honey. Because when you do things that you love, you attract more things that you love. When you are putting your attention and your awareness on things that you love and actively engaging with those things and being intentional with that energy, you are going to receive tenfold. I cannot tell you how much abundance I've received just by me being like, I feel like stretching in my room, or just stretching, or just like going to the dance studio would feel so good right now. And I followed that feeling, and opportunity came from there. I get an email or a message from somebody saying how they want to do this with me or do that. And it's like, your energy, you don't have to even be around people for people to feel your energy. You can literally be in your own vibe. And that's why this self-devotion is so powerful, because it radiates so much from your being that you are going to attract the things that you want, because you are being the person who is attractive to the things that you want, to the things that you love. And that's just being attractive to yourself. Literally, just think of what you are attracted to and literally just embody that as much as possible. And this is, if you are loving what I'm talking about right now, this is exactly what we shift in my course, Divine Feminine Magnetism. I'll have the link down below. But yes, yeah, so let's get into turn offs and what drains your energy. What's going to suck all of that honey out and just have it as just this like dry as fragile little ball that you could just squeeze and it just turns to dust. We don't want that, okay? We know, like, I have literally felt how it feels to be in a state to where as though my life force energy feels so drained that, like, I literally feel like I'm totally out of alignment, not knowing how to get back in alignment, or feeling like my life force energy is so drained that, like, I'm just feeling like worthless, honestly. Feeling worthless. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. But I have literally worked through all of these inner shifts and all of this inner work, and I'm still also working as well. That is why within my course it is going to be continuously increasing in volume, because I have so much to share in depth about how to really transform your energy and how to really become more magnetic on an internal soul level, for you to attract the things that you want with ease, for you to align your mind, your energy, and your actions to attract the things that you want with ease and be in your feminine receptive mode. Okay, so one of the turn-offs or drainers is, or I'm going to go through the list on this one: overgiving, people-pleasing, toxic relationships, hustling, toxic masculine energies, lack of beauty, isolation, controlling energy, always on go, putting yourself last, people-pleasing. So for me personally, I have experienced overgiving, people-pleasing. Oh my gosh. People-pleasing. Baby! That is a big energy drainer. Oh my gosh. I'm going to get into it. But yes, I have transformed and shifted through overgiving, people-pleasing, feeling like I have to give more than what I actually do. Hustling, always on go, isolation, because like I said, I'm a Virgo. So I really love my alone time, but sometimes if you are not careful, if you're not balancing your energy correctly, that can turn into isolation. And when you are isolating yourself, you are literally draining your own energy. You are not connecting. You are not in connection with life and with the world. Because at the end of the day, yes, you may love your alone time. Yes, you may love your time to yourself and stuff. But we love to be in community with people. We love to be around people who support us. We love to be we love to be in connection. And as women, we are naturally feelers, and we love to be connected, you know, and connected to anything that you love. And sometimes you can isolate yourself from your art. You can isolate yourself from your family. And sometimes you need that space of solitude so that you can refuel back up. But there is a very thin line between isolation and solitude, and you have to create that balance for yourself. Like asking yourself, what do you truly want? Do you want to be around the people that you love? Do you want to be in, of course you want to be around the people that you love, but do you want to be in community? Do you want to have community? Do you want to still like go out and explore and like have a good time in the world and stuff like that? It's like, yes, absolutely, you absolutely want to do that. So do not isolate yourself, because that is only going to drain your energy. And then when you go back out into the world, it's going to be like, I don't know how to connect, social anxiety, da, da, da. It's like, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, and over giving, people pleasing, putting yourself last and people pleasing, it's you are never going to benefit yourself or benefit anybody else by people pleasing them, because all you're going to do is you're just going to build resentment. You're going to build blocks of resentment that make you not only not trust yourself, but also resent the person that you are putting above yourself. Because I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Nobody comes before you. There's no way that you can pour into anybody else. There's no way that you can give anybody your best if you are putting yourself last. If you are not nourishing yourself first, asking yourself what you need and seeing if you have enough energetic currency to give. And if you don't, being okay and being bold within your communication of, not even just like being bold and stuff like that, but like being compassionate as well. Because sometimes it's like, sometimes that people pleasing can turn into you cussing somebody out because you have been putting this person or this thing in front of yourself for so long that now not only do you have a problem with them, but you have a problem with yourself. But really the problem is only with yourself and how it is that you are distributing your energy. And I had to learn this for myself, that like I had to learn, you know, when it is time for me to be selfish. And it's not even really being selfish. It's really giving yourself to be the best possible person to be around. Because when you are not fueling yourself, when you are draining your energy to pour into somebody else, that is never going to give you anything back in return. That is never going to result in you having more. Okay, if this was filled up, well, if this was like right here, right, this is how much energy I have left, and then somebody needs it, you know, they don't need it more than you. Okay, you need this energy for yourself. Okay, and once you know, replenish it, fill it back up, create, you know, do a passion project, go dance, go stretch, go do you, go get you a nice meal, whatever. Now you're filled up to here, and now you can be like, okay, I can pour into you without cussing you out afterwards. And honestly, the compassion part comes in for yourself and for the people that you might have been people pleasing towards, because it's not their fault that you did not manage your energy correctly. It's not their fault, and you cannot put that on them because you decided to pour in when you didn't have. And it's up to you. It's your responsibility to communicate when you don't have the space to pour into somebody else. And it's okay. People will actually respect you more when you are honest and transparent with how you are feeling and what it is that you need and what it is that you cannot provide, versus you giving them something and then being resentful because now you're left with nothing. Okay? Like, we're not doing that. Always on go. This is going to be one of the last ones that I speak on, because I'm going to get into more. So, always on go. See, I have experienced this because, like, sometimes I can have like a restless energy, and I have realized that, first of all, wealthy people do not rush. Okay? Wealthy people do not rush. Magnetic people do not rush. Attractive people do not rush. Okay? It's not attractive to be rushing. When you are always on go, when you are always got somewhere to this, trying to be everywhere, everything all at once, you are literally subtracting from your energetic presence. And you are making yourself like in a fluctuant state. In a fluctuant state, how can anything clearly flow towards you if you are constantly jumping? And I understand as a girl boss that we have things to do, but it's important that you set up the right systems and the right flow and the right structures for your creativity, your work, your business, all of these things to go through, so that you can have a proper flow, and so that you can move through life still attracting things without feeling drained, without feeling like you're doing the most while also still not doing enough. Okay? So yes, the next thing I want to talk about is being disciplined and devoted to your routine. So your routine is literally your key to success. Your routine is how you are curating your being and your identity to flow. Literally everything that I'm talking about is about your flow and where things are flowing. So if you have a janky flow, meaning that you don't really have a like, you wake up and you're just like, what am I doing today? I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm rolling out of bed, I'm getting on my phone, doing this and doing that. That is going to deplete your energy, because you are not really being intentional with your time. You're not being intentional with your energy at all. You think that you're flowing, but you're not flowing. You're not flowing because you're not getting the things that you want. You're not flowing because you're not in that magnetic energy to attract the things that you want. Okay? And sometimes that is the flow, and it's not always janky when it's like that, when you're just rolling out of bed, when you're, that's not always the case that it's janky when you have a flow like that. But if that is your consistent flow, that is not a flow. That is a fluctuation. You don't know where your energy is going. You're being unintentional, therefore you are attracting unintentional things. And you may be wondering, well, sometimes I do this, but sometimes I do this, or like I'm making my content, I'm doing this or whatever, I'm showing up, but is your routine in cahoots to your goals and your vision that you have for yourself? Is your routine in alignment to what you see for yourself? Because you could also have a routine where you're getting up and you're doing this and you're doing that, but does it feel good, or does it feel like you're just following a schedule? Does it just feel like you're trying to be disciplined? And discipline and devotion has to do with being disciplined in the things that feel good and that are going to give you the results that you want for the long term, for your higher self. And you operating in your higher self right now is what is going to give you that longevity. So you might have a job and stuff like that where you have to get up and you got to go straight to work and and you might feel like, you're doing everything right, but maybe the way that you're getting up, you're just getting up and you're trying to be disciplined because you have to go make some money, you have to go to your job or whatever. But the way that, like, everything before that has to add up to that. You have to constantly be setting yourself up for success. If I know that I have to be at work at 8 o'clock, I'm the type of person, baby, I need to get up at 5 o'clock so that I have enough time to nourish myself, to fuel my body, to meditate, to pray, to stretch, do what I need to do to get myself in energetic alignment to the identity and the life that I see for myself. Because it doesn't matter where you are externally. I don't give a fuck if you're working at McDonald's right now. You need to be walking in the identity that you are trying to claim for yourself, okay? You cannot wait until you get out of these external circumstances or until this happens to start operating and to start having a routine that truly aligns with you. And when it comes to creating a life that feels good for yourself, you have to think about, what is the lifestyle that I want? And all of these things are going to align you with the right opportunities that align with the type of person that you are showing up as. So as soon as you start getting clear on your identity and start showing up as that person and start walking in the reality and of the being of that person, you will start to attract better opportunities. You will start to, like, that job, this has happened to me personally. Literally, I got fired from every single job that I've ever worked at. Not every single job, but I either got fired or something happened to where as though I could not work there anymore, because I am constantly up leveling my identity, and now I'm in complete girl boss mode, period. Getting paid to exist, making money from the internet, making money from doing exactly what I love, dancing, helping women level up, and yeah, period. And you will begin to attract these opportunities that align to you individually and your direct goals when you get clear and get self-obsessed, self-devoted, self-loving to yourself, and start paying more attention to yourself and your energy and how it is being distributed out. So yeah, so you are on the right path. If you have come across this video, you are absolutely on the right path. You have just been taught and prompted to not prioritize your feminine energy and how you feel and where it's going. And you have been prompted to place your energy in places that are not giving back to you. And we are completely reversing that. We are completely shifting our entire mindset, our subconscious, our internal selves to tap into the power that is already within us. So yes, yes, you have to prioritize your most creative and magnetic tool, which is your energy, which is your feminine energy, which is your life force energy. Whether that is tapping into your creativity, tapping more into relaxation, whether that is tapping into your relationships. This is all about tapping more into how you feel about all of these areas of your life: your work, your relationships, your creativity, your relaxation, your life of just your life, period. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, everybody, there's one thing that I want to say, that's why I was like taking a pause, but every woman who's watching this right now, or even if you are a male, everyone who is watching this right now, you have a different area of life, or maybe even multiple areas of life, or maybe you're just trying to up level your entire life. And when you can direct your awareness to what is draining it, where the leaks are happening at, then you will absolutely be able to cultivate that attraction and that magnetism and start to refuel yourself and really glow up. This is called ethereal glow for a reason. So yes, thank you so much for watching. If you are if you love what we talked about today, definitely check out my Divine from the Magnetism community. I'm so excited. I'm about to actually have so much more. I'm not even going to speak on it because I have to clarify before I even want to speak on it. But I'm going to have a big community of women and people who are dedicated to this journey, and we are just going to be healing and growing and glowing up together, period. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Bye.